This was an interesting play on texture. This animation showed at first an X spinning, and then it went into different shapes, and it showed that the animator that did this has a very firm grasp on textures and how to go. They also put in something that I didn't expect halfway through, which was a person on one block going in and out of the textures, which kind of symbolized people can get lost in and out of a void by conforming and then not conforming and being themselves. It made it slightly different and not what I was expecting at all. But they did a really, really good job with textures on it, including the subtle lining of sketches underneath that made it feel a little bit of like an old school animation.
Serene, trippy, yet calming sensation to it. It kind of reminded me of a kaleidoscope in a way, just how everything was gradually shifting and morphing and changing and turning all around. Um, it was very trippy to watch, but the music was very calming. It was very relaxing, so it didn't feel disorienting. You were going along with the ride.
I love that it's, abstract and strange and geometric. We're seeing these geometric fluctuations, and it's all very dramatic looking. And we have this very dramatic music that's pacing along with it. And it's just a very cool ride, very cool experience, I love the look of the whole thing. It looks like it's coming out of, a sketch paper. Start with a simple shape and the whole thing gets very complicated, moving, undulating different ways. It's just very cool. Music is awesome. I love it's very well played, very well produced. Just overall, this is very cool, very sci-fi vibe going here. So yeah, this kind of thing I'd see, imagine seeing on a monitor at an art museum, as a video installation.
I do think there is something to be said about the introduction of colors. So starting off just sort of one color, and then it changes from green to purple, and then there is sort of more colors introduced throughout the middle, and then everything sort of just disappears. So I think that can be spoken about or spoken to, the sort of chase, the high of like life and greed and sort of want to constantly want something. So you have this one thing that you think is sort of the most important thing that you can make you happy, and the grass is greener sort of thing. And then you get said thing, and then there's something else that entices you, and it just sort of all builds up to each other. And then at the end of the day, you discover that it's, all of these things, these sort of material or immaterial desires, these greedy sort of desires, at the end of the day, aren't the source of happiness and won't make you happy. So
I think this film is abstract and sort of surreal and maybe a bit expressionistic. It's very imaginative and creative. This is a film that is essentially shapes and geometry and animation, and definitely a very cool and at times overpowering sound design that all complements each other very well, I thought. The interesting thing about this film is that I'm not completely sure where art stops and technology begins. So it feels a bit like a magic trick in that way. Overall, a very creative film. I could see this being a cool concept for a music video or something like that.
It was really neat to see that slow morph in the animation and the different kind of styles of what it would morph into. I thought was really, really cool and very creative what they did with this. The music fit with it so well. It was really kind of perfectly timed, and how the music built with the animation kind of changing and moving into different shapes and letters.